Mr. Dwight.
Absolutely. Hey, all right.
Yeah.
We are so happy today, this afternoon, this beautiful October afternoon, that we are with Dwight, one of our amazing volunteers that's been with A Touch of Understanding for how many years, Dwight?
It's been 5 years now.
5 years.
Yeah.
Well,
Gone by fast.
Yeah, it goes fast, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But we're going to start out. We want to ask you, what's one of the most fun facts or most amusing things that you remember with working with the ATOU team?
Oh, I think it was we were coming back from a Mill Valley trip, an overnighter, and stopped at Cordelia Junction to have lunch, and the group was hanging around, and we were just laughing and joking, and I forget exactly what it was. Darlene had said, and I said something about feeling good in my own skin, and she made a joke about I'm feeling good in somebody else's skin too. So, because I'm a burn survivor. So.
Yes. So you were mentioning sharing. So are you comfortable sharing a bit about how your disability came about?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I was, just, I'd always wanted to be able to race cars, from the time I was young, and really that was kind of the direction I was going before I got sidetracked when I was in college, and then, somehow it roundabout sort of way I got back to where I got the opportunity to start racing, and at the age of 42 I acquired my first off-road desert buggy, and then I was out near Fallon, Nevada to compete in the first off-road long-distance desert race I had the opportunity to race in, and was pre-running the race with my friend that had gotten me, kind of my mentor that had got me going into racing, and we were involved in a crash with a car, flipped end over end, caught on fire, burnt over, my entire body pretty much 80 to 90%.
80 to 90% of your body?
Yeah, and actually really beyond recognition to even my own family.
Yeah.
They did the amputations and the skin grafts and most of the facial reconstruction while I was, in a coma on the burn unit. I didn't know any of that was happening until I, finally started to regain consciousness.
You did your prosthetic arms specifically, I think, to kind of appeal to the children?
Well, yeah, I did I went with the one is I wanted to decorate them myself, but really it makes it like kid friendly with the cartoons. I would have been happy with Woody Woodpecker, Sylvester, and Tweet, any cartoon, but the Marvel comic superheroes pattern that I have on here was the busiest, best, because the arms are kind of a small medium, and it's like a coulage.
Yeah.
How was your first car ride with your new prosthetic arms?
Oh,
I remember you telling me a story.
Yeah, that was pretty interesting. That was, driving was probably, it was really important to me to be able to drive, after, I got the prosthetics, because, in order to just live where I live, you have to be able to drive, and then I was, figuring on hoping to go back to work, and I would have to be able to drive to do part of the duties that I had to do at work, and so, that was really the first major thing that I tried to do after I got the prosthetics. I got a steering ring, and my oldest brother Chuck, his son, put the steering ring on my steering wheel of my truck that was at his house, and and my brother had already said, well, I'll go with you when you start trying to drive, and that was great. I said, yeah, okay, and I was
Do a little test driving?
yeah, I was staying at a resident care facility, not too far from where he lived, and walked over there and got in the truck, and I started it, and I got a feel for the steering wheel, and then I backed out of his driveway and drove around the block, made a right-hand turn, made another right-hand turn, and then made a right turn out onto Engle Road, which was kind of a main street right there in that part of Sacramento.
Yeah.
And when I did, you turn to the right, and then you correct once you make the turn. And when I turned back to the left to correct, I just pulled my arm right out of the socket of the prosthetic, and I just go, quick, Chuck, grab the wheel, and he goes, why, and I said, my arm fell off, and he grabbed the wheel, and I worked the throttle and the brake, and I had to kind of coach him on to go right or go left or whatever, because he's totally blind, and we pulled, he had to drive past parked cars to get off the street, and he parallel parked really good right next to the sidewalk. And then helped me get my arm back on, because it was still attached to the steering ring, just dangling.
Oh my God. So we are so honored and pleased, and thank you so much, Dwight, for being with us today, for this opportunity for you to share your story. And we're so grateful for you and for what you do for A Touch of Understanding, and for the lives that you touch every single day. You are indeed a blessing to others. So thank you.
Well, that's a two-way street. It works in both directions, and I appreciate that.